Hey troops, Zender here, back again for another stream. Hopefully the microphone is
I
picking
keep
things
watch.
up. I
You
did
leave,
have to
you call me.
turn it a little bit. Excuse me. But yeah, we are back for another stream of the, well, Genshin event. And, yeah. Hey Scarlet! How's it going? Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Gonna be meeting up with Sucrose over by crafting bench. So the plan for today is to finish the event, probably finish like some of the mini games. Try to get as many primos as possible, and unfortunately skip these because I've still been using Razor over Sino, and Dia just seems like the reviews for her have not been positive, unfortunately. So I'll be saving up for
I'm hungry. Let's
the
hunt.
next banner. I believe Shenhe and Ayaka are supposed to be coming back. Tainari, they're not going to be changing the
I smell
voices for
rabbit.
Tainari immediately. Uh, I can't imagine. Like, they already got a new voice actor for him, but all the voices that they had recorded with that previous voice actor, they would have had to be doing, like, quadruple time in order to get all those voice lines done on time for stuff. So I imagine that they will be redoing the like generic voice lines for Tainari, but the voice lines for Tainari during this event, I would not be surprised if
I
it's
keep
voiced by the
watch.
same voice
You
actor.
leave, you
But
call me.
don't expect future voice actor future recordings with Tainari to have the same voice actor. They got a new voice actor, so they won't you won't be hearing that guy after this, I believe. Unless I'm mistaken, they did quadruple time, in which case the Tainari is voiced by a different person already. Because they did already find a new voice actor for him.
Hey, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups. Nice work! Well, the real work hasn't even started yet.
Kale, yep.
Which batch of letters should we read through first?
About the flower that is not of this world. It feels strange to insert a letter into the mailbox that I made myself, but I did find my answer. At first I thought that a flower created using alchemy would constitute one that is not of this world according to the prophecy. But after giving it some more thought, I realized that instead of creating an actual plant, a flower-shaped mechanism made of alchemical products might fit the description better. So I arrived at my conclusion. A clock in the shape of a flower. The long passage of life brushes past the timepiece, leaving fluttering petals in its wake. The elapsing years stir up the leaves, pushing the needle of time forward. Sucrose. Dinari's letter. After our conversation the other day, I went over the prophecy's wording carefully. A flower that is not of this world sounds more like a logical paradox. Think about it. If a flower is not of this world, its existence cannot be perceived. However, if it can be perceived, it will not fit the description of the prophecy. As such, my view is that the riddle's answer doesn't have a real plant. Doesn't have to be a real plant. However, I must also note, with all due respect, that the person who came up with this riddle may not know all the plants in the world, and I dare say that no one could make such a claim. From this perspective, you could even think of some rare plants as potential candidates for the answer. Attached is a list of rare plant species. I've added a short description to each entry, and I hope you can find your answer within them. Best wishes to you, Tainari. A flower that is not of this world doesn't sound like an existing species or something created through specialized cultivation techniques. With that noted, I believe we should think out of the box. After reviewing what I've learned over the years, I've now reached a conclusion. Sucrose also came to discuss her thoughts with me. She hasn't yet decided on an answer at the moment of me writing this letter, so I won't be revealing my own conclusion right now. We can discuss it in detail when we meet, and I hope everyone else will bring their respective answers too. I'll see you then. Albedo. No one can confidently say that they will never get lost, but as long as their wish to guide and help others does not waver, they will become a ship that can traverse the waves eternally. I didn't perform any divination before writing this letter, but I have a feeling that I will witness the truth behind the prophecy together with you all. So, if you need me, just call on me at my place. I'll be there. Mona. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Before you came to me with this prophecy, it never even crossed my mind that I could be a part of this. Well, as you all know, I'm probably the last person you'd think of when it comes to guiding others. I still have a long way to go, and I'm still trying to figure out how to peacefully coexist with everything in this world. But if you're asking me about who can be of help, my friend Fischl and her friend Mona, the astrologist, are both very knowledgeable and brave. I'd say they're probably the ones you're looking for. And that's my answer. Wishing you all good luck. Bennett. Guide is too grand a title for me, and I'd love to be everyone's friend. It's something I think I'm good at, and I'm an attentive listener, so do let me know when you feel lost. To use an analogy, I'm like a torch out in the wild that will help illuminate everyone's path, so long as it continues to burn bright. I almost said burn everything. Everything written below is not meant for Kale. Dear Kale, if you're reading this, please turn away. I've been worried about Kale recently. Blah. Why am I tongue twisting myself? I've been worried about Kale lately. She recovered from the illness, but she still doesn't look all that cheerful. It feels like she still has things she can't let go of. Allow me to write down my wish here. I hope that Kale can uncover the secret behind the prophecy and find her happiness. Whoever she is, and whoever she becomes, I'll always be her friend, no matter what. We're not the savior and the saved, but simply good friends. Amber. Mika. Oh, right. I hope this letter finds you all well. I didn't expect to be asked such a question, which caused quite a headache at first. I only know how to guide people in the geological sense, but On the journey of life, I'm still the lost kid who needs guidance of others. But upon seeing your question, I immediately knew what I can help with. I tried drawing a map showing vegetation, distribution of for Mr. Tainari and Miss Kale, as well as a dragon spotting calendar for Mr. Sino. Both are attached below. In the next few days, I will need to patrol with the captain and draw maps for Miss Lisa, so I can only support you with my well wishes. My apologies. Please forgive me. I hope the map and the list will be of some help to you. Mika. It would be nice if they actually had like audio so that I didn't have to read it out myself, but well. You are correct to assume that I seldom lie. This has to do with my upbringing. As a desert dweller who has been living within the academia since my childhood, my unusual identity makes it hard for others to trust me. And it would have been harder if I was not honest. As a result, I learned to talk less and speak no more than what is necessary. Uncovering the secret behind the prophecy may come with its perils. If you need someone who would never lie, I can join you. Sino. I must make one thing clear first. I am not someone who... Wait, no, I was reading as Lisa. I must make one thing clear first. I'm not someone who would never lie. After hearing your question, I thought about many things in the past in earnest, and recalled many occasions upon which I lied. I often make up excuses to avoid choir practice. I also tell white lies, too, to sometimes make myself happy, and other times to allow myself to give up on some struggles. The nicest lie I've ever come up with is the one I told Varka, that I didn't want to stay in Mondstadt. Varka responded with another lie, and that was his advice to me. Your current abilities are not suited to life beyond Mondstadt's borders. I can't be the answer to this question, but I suggest that you consider what never lying actually means. Does it mean to never deceive, or to never lie with ill intent? It's a pity that I'm not the one you're looking for, but I believe that someone who meets the requirements will turn up. Good luck, Rosaria. I asked Teacher Lisa to write this letter. It's much better than the ones I wrote. Many thanks. I don't lie. I trust you. Come to me when you need me. I will always be there for you. Razor. Alright, and legends were created by humans. In that sense, no legend endures forever, and all stories must end in regret someday. But as long as a good story lives in the people's hearts, it does in some way live on forever. That's the conclusion I've come to after years of reading, anyway. Best of luck, little cuties. Lisa. Mom writes travel guides, but she did have friends who wrote fairy tales, so Clee's heard that a story its author spends their whole life writing will always be a good one. Clee. I think a legend that never ends should be a story filled with hopes and dreams. It works like a baton that's been passed on from one person to the next, offering something meaningful to everyone that it touches. I was once greatly encouraged by such stories, so I think I'll be going with this answer. Kale.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world. Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost.
I'm not so sure about the clock Sucrose's answer, because even if the flower isn't an actual plant, the fact is that by making it of a material on this world, the clock is of this world. I'm certainly looking forward to hearing Albedo's answer, but unfortunately, I'd have to disagree with Sucrose on this one.
Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Sino. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend. As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Sino are willing to support us in our search. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us. And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Misa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams, and actively passed from one person to the next. So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then? You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time. Or, let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Wait! Wait for me!
There you are, Timaeus.
Oh, Timaeus! What brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Huh? This is kinda sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time I, collaborated with a certain Miss Ying-ar?
Rings a bell?
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we've stayed in touch through letters ever since.
Oh! I remembered them saying that the girl that he had a crush on is from Liyue. The perfume girl! We took him over to the perfume girl for him to, like, do some alchemical research. Huh! Wow.
Wait! So Ying-ar is the girl from Liyue that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters to Ying-ar the whole time?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics, like perfumes, potions, alchemy. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-ar's heart.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-ar?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart, transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that. I know full well that Miss Ying-ar is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been thinking about this for this entire event. Why does Timaeus' voice sound so familiar? Hang on. Who voices Timaeus in Genshin Impact. Ah, boy. Timaeus, Timaeus, Timaeus. I just saw a T. Where did the T go? Brooke Chalmers? Okay, I have no idea who that is.
Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windblume Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-ar to Mondstadt. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Huh?
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me. I feel incredibly guilty. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people. How could I ever hope to be worthy of Miss Ying-ar's love if I'm so selfish?
And how does this make you worthy, fit for the role of someone who never lies?
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Ying-ar? Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now? You said you were gonna invite her to Mondstadt.
Well, yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
That's a lie.
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
I don't know. I think Razor is more honest than him, and I'm quite certain that Sino lied to us in order to get us to help him cover up in one of his investigations. So my number one pick is Razor. But if this event won't let me go that route, then it won't let me go that route.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Thank you, everyone. I promise to do everything I can to help.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never lie.
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three. Okay, Paimon will do the honors. Ahem. We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Huh.
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name?
You should say my name too. All right. We also have Klee. That's me.
Klee here. This all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Actually, I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy. Wait, but where is this lantern?
Oh, we know something about that.
I've already found out where it is.
What?
That face! That face of shock! Oh, that is perfect.
Wow, that's amazing. You really know how to do everything under the sun.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
Follow me.
This is it. We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy. According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Aww, I don't see any lanterns here.
Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern of Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something? Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Exactly. Venti's note here says we should look up and seek the answer from the sky.
Paimon's reading too. Huh? It says to look up. But there's nothing above us. The wind didn't trick us, did it?
The slip says, now you should recite the incantation. Paimon, take a look at this.
Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Look! Look! The wind is blowing!
What a strong wind current.
Hmm.
Let's ride it up and see where it leads us.
Where'd that rock come from?
Huh? We'll have to fly up there? Can someone carry me with them?
Here.
Thank you, Albedo.
Ah! This is the first time I've ever flown like this!
Oh. Oh dear. You know, I've seen the cinematic on the Genshin YouTube channel. I did not think that it was going to relate to this, considering that it has to do with witches.
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
Oh, good thinking, Kale. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a tea party.
How are we gonna get lost? Mondstadt is right in view.
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the lantern, too.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer
Oh
look.
no.
Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment. Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Well, all our questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms, but I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hey, Wilbur.
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone,
I'm
I
doing
would like
good.
to
How about
suggest
you?
that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
That sounds kind of smart. But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Pretty good. Might go to back to sleep soon. What do you mean by back to sleep? Were you asleep and just woke up? Just wanted to stop in and say hi. Well, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it.
Mona, is there something wrong? You're not looking too good. Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks.
Thank you for offering, Klee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we stepped foot in here.
Yeah, I sleep for a bit, then wake up to check in some streamers' streams, then I go... Ah, okay. Well, I do appreciate you stopping by.
But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then... No. Could that person be...
Mona just shivered. Did she sense some kind of great power?
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks again for stopping by, Wilbur. I'll see you later.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona. I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes. Now let's test the hypothesis together, Klee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world...
You can do it, Sucrose.
Then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Kale, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide.
Oh.
For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself,
and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others. I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait! The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing!
Huh?
But all we did was submit a batch of test answers.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, alright.
Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we have to answer all the questions correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey! You're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
Hey, Yippee!
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Scarlet Fatui? Probably. Honestly, her apparel kind of makes me think more of whatever that world that's or that not world that nation that's supposed to be France is. I forget. Scarlet was just talking about how she put the prophecy that Kale found in the book.
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Hmm?
Huh. Why did
this little thing just light up? How strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Oh,
Mom?
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
Ippy, what is it? What is it? Hi, what is it? Do you need sleep? Ay. You need my voice, but we have other voices. Sing for you, huh? What sort of songs can I say without getting copyright stricken? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? All right, I'll continue the stream.
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
Oh, Dallas, I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
So wait, Albedo was made by one of them. Klee is the daughter of her. Mono is the student of another, and then we have Scarlet who's the student of another. That's 4.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of a sudden?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact entrusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
School change schedule, Fumi? I'm guessing you... Yeah, I'm guessing you meant, cannot, not kanoi. Not the long story? It's they released the cinematic on YouTube. I wish that I had known that that cinematic was part of this event, because then I would not have watched it. But, yeah, it's just a couple minutes long.
Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
That's dark.
I'm raising a son.
Going to school break.
Of all the children I had,
Sorry to hear that.
he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
So this is where the legendary mages held their meetings.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Then, what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her. The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study. Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide people toward the truth when a change has occurred in the world. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning.
Huh? Could she have been the one who spoke to me while we were investigating Phoenix Atlas?
If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world, and that they would all know each other?
The one who would never lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity and candor. As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the Hexen Circle. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea of becoming a mage.
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
What I'm kind of curious about in terms of like the mages, if they are really women of power, do they use visions? Or does their power come from another source? Much like the Fatui's delusions or the technology of the Eremites. Huh.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexen Circle after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the Supreme Blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination. Dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
Oh.
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Oh, cute Dodoko.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Indeed.
Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windblume again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still remember.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day, many, many years ago, that Jay tied the knot.
Oh, she got married on Windblume Day.
Ah, just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windblume Festival to the fullest.
Whoa! Ah, Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
I'm curious, where exactly? Up all the way back here. Okay.
Oh.
Are you okay? okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just, you know, let it out.
Sucrose, just throw it up. If you feel like you're a Alice visited Earth anime. Ah, your multiverse story. Well, I'm sure she's going to be a big help to you, Scarlet.
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
If he wants to glide, that is.
Okay. Sure thing.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
It's nothing, really. It's just, well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Windblume Festival Special Ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Scarlet's the one who put it in the book. It's not your fault for finding something that someone put to be found.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
Well, the Traveler got some information out of it.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yinger, right? Do you want Kale and I to accompany you?
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me. Now that I've come back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
There she is.
Huh? Miss Yingar?
Oh, so that's Miss Yinger? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar. But how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, Sorry, I don't know what to say.
No problem, Zakona. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Also, I'm not sure if you saw in my Discord, but I mean, I did say that we went through daylight savings time in the United States, so everything has been moved forward an hour. So I wouldn't say that you're an hour late. It's just I'm an hour early.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time.
Oh my goodness.
You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right? Well then, of course I had to come and find you instead.
You were eating lunch? Okay.
Should we go see how they're doing?
I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oh, really? We'll just leave them alone then.
The adventure has come to an end.
I'm so glad to see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy. And you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much
That
bigger
was
heart
quite
than I
quick,
do.
yeah. I didn't have time to read any of... well, I guess I had time to read some of it, just Only like a quarter of it. Yep, Calais is in Mondstadt. Or Mondstadt. Dit. However you pronounce that last part.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities. They're just spread over different parts of our personalities. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend.
For adoption by time. You do remember that Calais does have a mom, right, Zakona? We just haven't met her. She does have a mom. Now, I suppose you could ask about whether or not her mom is single and...
Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept myself?
It's never too late. No, the mom is irrelevant. Inari is both mom and dad. Oh boy.
Well... Do you know anything about the blooming cycles of Cecilius?
I may have read about that in a book before.
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once, all with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do. Why don't you give it a try, Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best. They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
Well, isn't it great that they're getting along so well?
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture. Are these seeds?
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. These are the seeds of the sweet flower cultivars that I've worked on. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. So, I really hope that you'll like them.
Aw, she's so shy.
They're super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my Windblooms for this year. I wish that the Animo Archon could also see how lovely they are.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest and take good care of them.
Oh no! An invasive species! They're gonna spread like wildfire in the Avidia forest!
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time. Mondstadt's doors will always remain open to you.
Thank you so much. Really, I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy. Ah, Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
You're right. I almost forgot. Kale, can you exhale once into this test tube? I will save this breath of joy and use it in my research.
Oh, really? May I?
Of course.
Hurry, she's running out of joy! Kale, a small sparkling cloud, then puffs out of the test tube and rises it.
Huh? What was that? It was like a little cloud of happiness, and now it flew away. Well, luckily there's
Hurry
still some
before
bark
it
left in the test
stinks.
tubes. I'll seal it up for now. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any
Wait.
breakthroughs in my research.
So, here's a quick question. Have you seen the Genshin manga before? You do not. Alright. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring something up. So here's something to take note. Wait. I just realized the stream seems to be a bit delayed on, at least on my end, so I don't know if you guys are caught up to me or not. But if we go to the manga, which is where we first meet Kale, and we still here? Okay. Say hello. So. Here is... Let's actually make this a little wider. Try to... So this is Kale, like 4 years ago, I think. And we get to see her power. That vial was purple. This thing is purple. I'm a little concerned that whatever this thing that the Fatui did to her, roughly 15 to 20 seconds delay. Oh boy. Whatever the Fatui did to her, I think that power is still inside of her. That is not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
Master Trinari! Saito!
If your friendship was forged in a test tube, does that make you...
You're personally
test
gonna
friends
yank that
forever?
monstrosity out of Kale? Yeah.
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
You know, I think that like the stream is on time for you guys, but it is just delayed on YouTube Studio for me because you are clearly reacting way before the stream on YouTube is caught up. So I think you're doing good. I think you're doing good.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you.
Wait, for me?
Saino wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you challenge him to a duel.
I'm a master of the game. Do you dare challenge me?
Can you believe this guy? Huh. Let's knock him off his high horse.
It's time to duel!
I've got something to give you too.
Huh? Kali has a gift for us?
Yeah, I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepared a few small things themed after the Windblume festival. I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber, Master Tainari, and Sino.
Phrasing the cone up.
During Windblume, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tainari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
Well, in this case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings. And that should be just fine.
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt.
What, is Vin Diesel here? Are you Vin Diesel, Zakona?
Whoa, are these really for us?
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
So, are these your chosen Windblooms? Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisaras and Sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best express my feelings.
I think Vin Diesel is processing.
I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who I wish to accompany as we create more seasons and future Windblooms together.
There's this funny video that I saw where it's like a whole bunch of people cosplaying as Vin Diesel, and all they're doing is just repeating family, 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 over and over again.
The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there?
Is it purple?
Huh? Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
If that cloud looks just like her test tube, then that means that it's not only in the shape of a test tube, but it's also purple. Help! Sucrose just unleashed. Sucrose and Kale just unleashed a toxic snake into the atmosphere. Oh boy. Well, let's see. We haven't even done any of the breezy snapshots yet, but oh no, Mondstadt is doom. Let's see. I've already gotten all of those. I still need to get these two, and maybe this? Definitely got plenty of this. I still have yet to actually use a Crown of Insight, I think. That's something that I really need to do. Alright. So we got Floral Pursuit, Ballad of Breeze, Breezy Snapshots, or we can I'd like to save the this for next stream. Well, actually, no. Next Genshin stream, I'll probably start the main. Go to the Archon quest, and then after the Archon quest, I'll do this Dia quest. But right now, should we? You have weaponized the Primonial Brain Rot? Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's get started with Farazan, because I am curious what this granny is, who this granny is. Alright, see you in a bit, Scarlet.
Even though most of the Academia's restrictions have significantly relaxed, I'm still a bit worried that the Matra might give her trouble. I need to stay here to keep an eye on the situation. Kale, can you head to Sumeru City and find out why she isn't here yet?
Does it have to be me?
I'd only assign a job this important to someone I trust. Are you not feeling well?
Oh no, I'm fine. I've completely recovered. It's just that if I'm going to see her, I think I need to mentally prepare myself first.
Oh boy.
I know. You'll have a tough time if you go by yourself. If we could arrange for someone to accompany you...
Any predicament, I see?
Oh, hey there!
Ah, it's been a while. What a coincidence. I was just thinking about asking
Meeting
you to
her
accompany
old friend.
Kale to Sumeru
Old
City.
is an understatement from what I understand. Yeah. Why do you think of me?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just that this matter concerns research banned by the Academia. Not the sort of thing you'd shout from the rooftops. Also, you happen to know about this situation? There are very few people I can trust to be discreet right now. After giving it much thought, I believe you're the most suitable person for the task.
Research banned by the Academia? And something that I know about? Oh, okay.
It's complicated, and this isn't the best place to
My
talk
bad,
about
Zakona.
it. We'll fill you in on the details once she arrives.
Who's she?
You might have heard about her in Sumeru before. Her name is Faruzan, and she's a very experienced senior researcher.
When you say very experienced...
Let's just say that a huge part of Kasharawar's mechanical research over the past 100 years have used her academic discourse and manuscripts as their foundation.
100 years? Is she human?
She is, but she vanished for 100 years because of a certain incident. She only returned to the Academia after being found in the wilderness a few years ago. Because of that, her current personality can be a bit strange, as is her attitude towards Kale.
Wait, so... was she preserved somehow in some sort of temporal thing?
I'm getting a headache just thinking about it.
She doesn't have bad intentions, so you don't have to be scared.
I'll try.
Do we really have to invite... Come on, why do you have to be so shifty about her, Traveler?
Yes, Kisharawar and Spontamod researchers are often quite prejudiced, so I can't trust them with this matter. However, Faruzan isn't influenced by modern thinking. In our previous correspondence through letters, she indicated that she'd be willing to help. It's already past our arranged meeting time, but she still hasn't shown up.
Did she get caught by the academia?
I don't think so. With her personality, it's more likely that she got wrapped up in some sort of trouble. Anyway, can you go with Kale to the academia and check on Faruzan for me?
Excuse me. Sure thing.
Thank goodness. I was so anxious.
Hey, Vault, how's it going?
I'm counting on you too. Kale, don't push yourself too hard. Just go there and see what's going on.
Wait, what the heck? Why did my... You guys aren't able to see it right now, but... Give me a second. I guess you will be able to see it in a moment. Or maybe you do, I don't know. For some reason, my volume just went up. And I don't know why. That was weird. I'm still here, Ippy. Calm down, calm down. That was weird. Is the stream being laggy for you guys right now? Like, YouTube is saying I have an excellent connection, but the footage does not look so clean. At least not from my from what I'm seeing on Studio. And OBS is currently saying that it's releasing 2400 kilobytes per second, so that is not the 4000 kilobytes per second that that YouTube normally requests. So I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Our task is important, but not that urgent. If Faruzan really is in some trouble, come back and tell me about it. We can always reschedule our meeting. After all, if she's distracted by other things, it'll affect her ability to help us.
All right, let's go.
All right. How sad is life over? No, it shouldn't be.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, could you repeat yourself? As you know, I'm sure, hearing goes with age.
Farzan, I said that you need to give us an answer.
Ah, yes. And did you forget to add madam when you addressed me earlier?
Your hearing is perfectly fine. Madam Farzan, we don't want to make things difficult for you. However, you haven't been teaching courses or supervising theses these past few years. Isn't this rather problematic as an advisor? Never mind the students, even other advisors are starting to complain.
And who, if I may ask, complained? If they have any issue with me, tell them to talk to me themselves rather than waste any of your time. You don't have to tell me anything. I very well know that it's those people from Haravatat. How I wish they'd put their time into doing proper research instead.
But, Madam Farzan, It has been a long while since you last made any practical academic contribution yourself.
Academic contribution cannot simply be divided between the tangible and the intangible. The issue here, I believe, is that the reviewer doesn't understand the very nature of knowledge itself.
Well, it's also the fact that just because you're a member of the academia doesn't mean that you're going to be doing research all your life. Like, surely after like making some progress, you need to take some time off, especially if she's been gone for over 100 years. I'd say whatever it was that that took her, that made her disappear. Maybe it's time to give her a break to adjust to the current world.
In any case, makes no sense to use a metric like this to evaluate a mentor. Which sage set this rule anyway? I should write a letter of complaint right this instant.
Wait! Madame Farzan, please let me finish.
That's her, alright. But the person with her doesn't look like a Matra.
She looks so young.
Shh! She hates it when people call her young!
Wait, what?
Her body apparently stopped aging during the year she was gone. So that's why she looks the same as she did 100 years ago.
What in the world happened to her?
Okay, I think I'm ready for this. Let's go!
Anyway, Akara Crafts and the leader of Kasharawar would like to invite you to collaborate on this project. They're wondering if you'd be interested. Madame Farzan? Are you listening?
Mm-hmm. Ah, Kale! Why are you here at the Academia? Are you feeling better now?
I'm much better, Madame Farzan. It's all thanks to the Traveler and the Dendro Archon.
Have you been sleeping well? You seem to be developing some eye bags. Is that brat Tainari forcing you to stay up late again?
No, it's because I'm a slow learner. It's not Master's fault.
It's good to be hardworking, but you need to take care of your health. I'll have to give Tainari a
Welcome
right
back,
talking to
Scarlet.
when I see him. I'll also prepare some health supplements for you.
There's really no need.
Ah, and is the person beside you the legendary Traveler?
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, madam.
Oh, I've heard much about you before. In fact, I've been meaning to meet you for a while now. It is thanks to you, after all, that the Academia is finally getting back on its feet. Even Kali's illness is...
Ahem. Madame Farzan, I believe we were still discussing the collaboration with Akara Crafts.
I'd wager it's those Kasharawar dunderheads finding excuses so that I'd go to their darshan. Say no more. I have no plans to change my field of research.
If you're this unwilling to participate in the collaborative project, you can also consider teaching a class. It might be difficult to teach a course with topics that only fall within Haravatat's subjects, but we can't delay this anymore. You need to give an answer. You can teach a course or participate in a collaborative project. If you don't do either, it'll be hard for me to persuade the advisors and students who have been complaining.
This sounds like some internal academia dispute.
Could you not give me a few more days to consider? This matter has been delayed for so long already.
That's precisely the issue. If you don't give an answer today, I fear that someone will soon escalate their complaints to the sages.
What a waste of free time these folks are. Now you two are here at Tainari's behest, I take it. I'm sorry, but given the current situation, it looks like I'll have to come over some other day.
Kale seems like she wants to say something. Please give me a moment with Kale.
Of course. I shall need some time to think as well.
Yeah, Ippy? What's up?
What now? She seems so busy. Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working on something at Paradise DI, so he hasn't returned to Gandharvaville for several days now. I feel for Madame Farzan, but I still want to ask her to come with us.
I'm doing good. Had a nice dinner with my parents. And then, yeah, work's been going pretty good. I got my new setup all put together. Look forward to a video of me showing what it looks like. And yeah, that pretty much makes up most of what's been going on.
But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time to help Master. What should I do? Oh, this is such a headache.
Let's help her resolve her current problem first. Yep.
Yeah, that would be the best for them both. I'll check with Master later and see if there's anything I can help him with. But I'm sure he'll say, the best thing you can do now is study hard, so I don't have to give you remedial lessons.
I can stay up and help Farzan.
Huh? Oh yes! This way she can get her problem sorted out quickly, and then she can go see Master. So if I also stay and help... that still sounds kinda scary.
I do appreciate you coming by and watching the stream, Ippy. You don't have to force yourself.
Okay then. I'm counting on you.
I have to teach students from Haravatat or owe Kasharawar a favor. It strikes me that they might be even less happy about such a deal than I am.
I think I can sympathize with them.
We're back, Madame Farazan. The Traveler said that he can stay and help you.
Oh, why I couldn't ask for more. In fact, I'm rather curious about the type of person the Traveler is. You were the one who taught Azara a lesson after all.
In the background.
That
Thank
said,
you.
Will I be troubling you?
It's no trouble at all.
Is that so? Good. It does so happen that I do have something I need help with. Now, should I apply to teach a course with Haravatat, or join the collaborative project that Kasharawar is proposing? Honestly, I don't want to choose either of them.
Let's hear what this Kasharawar collaborative project is about.
I don't know if Tainari's told you about this before, but while my research involves learning about ruins and the mechanisms within them, I don't belong to Kasharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms, nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow. Instead, I'm part of Haravatat, which specializes in languages and scripts.
Yep. There were a few people that I've made a moderator over the years. Though I am trying to restrict how many more people I make moderators, since I don't want to make every viewer... I wouldn't say hiring, because it's not like I'm paying these people. They're just viewers that I've come to really appreciate watching, and when the bots were spamming links, I needed somebody to moderate that, and I did not pay you. In awesome streams, well, okay, by that sort of fact, I provide entertainment for everybody. He only said you're a very senior researcher in the field of mechanisms.
She has been invited to Kasharawar multiple times to continue her research, but she's rejected them each time.
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Kasharawar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. There's no such thing as exclusivity in knowledge. Besides, the current Kasharawar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life, while my research involves textual analysis of ruins. If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me reconsider again...
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara Crafts. The representative of Kasharawar recommended you to them, Madame Farazan. In truth, she told me that it's because she respects you a lot.
Oh, respect? Oh, my.
Well, I mean, when someone respects you, they will likely try to recruit you if they want you in their field.
Putting aside my ideological differences with Ksharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs. At the very least, they're bounds above those decrepit Haravatat fools.
Farazan Miku? What? What? Why are you mentioning Farazan Miku? Like, that doesn't... Huh? It wouldn't hurt to hear them out.
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a pretty nice shop.
Since both of you feel as such, I shall first hear this proposal.
In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
Early learning toys. Interesting.
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the future.
True. The current academia is in need of some new blood. If the children start learning now, perhaps I can find some talented students in a few years.
Madam Farazan, you still haven't found any students?
Anise, Kasharawar's representative, should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her there.
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time. I wonder how much it's changed.
I probably can't join
She's
you
been
since
back
Port
for
Ormos
3
is
years?
a little far from here. I should
And
probably
she
go
hasn't
back
gone
and
to
report
Port
to Master,
Ormos? Or
and then review
Ormos?
today's homework.
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll head over to Pardistii.
I'll take you there.
Thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close.
I better swap to a different team. What mod? I believe Ippy is talking about you, Zakona.
Madam Farazan! Oh, it's really you. Did you change your mind?
All right, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Ksharawar. I'm just here to see how the project is going. After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all research is at stake here, so I will not simply stand by should mistakes get made.
Either way, it's good that you were willing to come. Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated, which will drive production costs too far up.
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints probably don't understand how important it is to keep costs low. How enviable. Oh,
By any chance, has it been very difficult for you to get funding for your research?
If you join the Ksharawar, your budget will be as big as you want it to be. I guarantee it.
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to Akara Crafts owner first, if you please.
All right. He's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys. Let's just head over.
Why would her research be so discriminated against to a point of not getting the funding for her research?
Momdu, The one I recommended is here.
Oh, so you're, Madame Farazan?
Yes, that's me.
Ah, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our collaboration recently. We've made many suggestions, but Miss Anise thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in training the mind.
These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all. If they're too simple, then how are they any different from regular toys?
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities, but they won't have much broad appeal to Sumeru's children either.
So the design can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either.
I remember that in your notes, many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
The contraptions in my notes? I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed them. But now that you mention it, the ruins did have things like that. Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper prototype.
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. We do have those. Yes, please, help yourself. Oh, you're done already?
Ah, those things.
Let me explain. These 3 thick lines represent 3 poles. These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted onto the poles and stacked up like a tower.
Well, that is easier to make than I expected. So, how is this game played?
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another pole.
Isn't this a little too simple? Even by the standards of an early learning toy, I mean.
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a smaller one. It's like building a tower. The rings in the 3 poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
Pagoda Stack.
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Anise that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right? Why don't we do the same for this game?
Oh, I just realized how that works.
It's such a simple toy. There's no need to...
Mamdu, let's just do as she says.
Okay, then.
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of steps.
Oh.
You called everyone here for such a simple toy?
It doesn't look like it'll take that many steps.
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Mamdu test out the new toys. He said he'd give us new Genius Invocation TCG cards.
That's a way to bribe kids. So they were lured in by the promise of a different toy. Though, considering how complicated certain trading card games can become, maybe that's the direction they should go in.
Ugh, fine. Let's get this over and done with so we can head back and play cards.
Done. It took me 19 steps.
Huh? It took me over 20 steps.
I only needed 18 steps.
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules now. Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot.
Wait, there's more?
Well, since we're already here, why don't we just give it a try?
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm still not done yet.
I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this time.
Done! It took me 35 steps.
What? How?
This pagoda stack toy is pretty fun to play with. Good. We'll try it one final time. This time, we'll add 2 more layers, making 7 layers in total.
Oh. Okay, so. Oh. Okay. So, you take that one, put it there, take that one, put it there, and you put this one over here. And you take that one, put it there, put the small one over here, and then you take the other one and put it there. Then you put the small one. Okay, I think I.
Momdu, we've still got quite
I
a
know
few
how
paper
that puzzle
strips here.
works.
Why don't you give this a go as well?
Do you need that many steps for something this simple? Let me try.
Madam Faruzan, allow me to try it as well.
You were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles involved?
I think so.
If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play and find out.
Got it.
We don't have enough paper strips left for you, Traveler. However, by the looks of things, you seem to have the game figured out.
Just about.
Why don't you guess what the lowest number of steps needed to solve a 7-layer pagoda stack is?
All right. That's gonna take me too long to try to figure out. I'm just gonna guess 127.
Oh, color me impressed. You figured it out so quickly.
Wow.
Let's see how well they do then.
If I move this small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. Oh, this is going to take more steps than I expected.
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken. Can I restart?
This got a lot harder.
I solved it! Madam Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in total.
That many? But there are only 7 layers.
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex, and the number of steps required will at least double.
More accurately, it will require double the steps, plus 1 each time. You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy. The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasized in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of rules.
That's right. The rules used for Pagoda Stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption-making techniques. I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something similar and write you a reference book. Once that happens, you can give the volunteers the reference book and paper prototypes and find out which toy is the most popular.
Do you have any other toys?
Yeah! When can we play with them?
In about 2 days or so, I think. Anise, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations for the reference book?
Of course. I'd be honored.
I think she has a new student.
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here, at which we can announce which toy we'll be making.
Should I come back in 2 days then?
You'd be most welcome. We need more people to get a healthy range of opinions. The more, the merrier.
Thank you for coming here with me today. I'll walk back with you.
Wait a minute.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Pardis DI as quickly as I can.
So, about, oh yeah, about Anise.
Anise,
Well,
We
Anise.
haven't had much time to get to know each other, but she seems like a good kid. She's able to calmly figure out the basic principles behind something without being influenced by others. I'll do my best to teach her over the next few days. Still, how much she learns will really depend on her.
Why don't you take her on as your student?
Well, her interest lies in the application of mechanisms. I do have some old knowledge to share, but if we think about the future, it's easier for her to learn the things she's interested in if she stays in Kasharawar. My research into mechanisms is, in a sense, a side effect of my research into ancient texts. If she becomes my student to learn how to make modern contraptions, it wouldn't benefit either of us in the long run.
I see. I hadn't considered that.
However, if she develops an interest in deciphering ancient texts over these next 2 days, that would change things. If I successfully poach a student, those young punks at Haravatat will have one less reason to cut my budget. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia.
Do you have any ideas?
Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anise's help, 2 days will be enough for our work.
Oh, that was
However,
about... Okay.
I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustrations.
Try to keep it simple and fun?
You're right. If no one understands the reference book, it doesn't matter how detailed it is. It's better to make it simpler and fun so that children will be interested in the subject. It'll also make it easier for me to recruit students in the long run.
Pardon me, I'm stretching right now. My legs suddenly felt a little stiff. It's going to be something I'll have to pay attention to once I get the face cam started.
Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
The seas are calm and the sky is...
Something got into the cooking pot? 1, 2.
Let's move out.
Oh, you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. And if we activate this little mechanism just like that, a Sumera rose will appear at the top of the cane.
Oh, I see.
I thought it came out of thin air! It's amazing!
If the mechanism was bigger, you could make a rabbit appear, right?
Then you can't use a cane. Could you switch it out with a hat or something?
You're applying what you learned creatively. Not bad. Let's look at the next
Oh
page.
no!
If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stably.
Whoa. You can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
The principles at play are even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
These are pretty cool. I'm tempted to try them out.
So she just invented the paper airplane and the rabbit out of the hat magic trick in 1 day. Okay.
I'm not that interested in toys, but if they'll be beneficial for children's development...
Everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them out.
This is such a well-prepared event. I'll give it a go.
But we want to play too!
It's fine. We have a lot of paper prototypes and craft materials. All feedback is also welcomed.
Oh, my origami bird flew further this time.
Professor Farazan, how can I make mine fly further?
Just madam will do. Maybe in the future, you may indeed get the chance to call me Professor. You may wish to pay attention to these few details. Here, for example. All right, try it again.
Wow, it really did fly farther!
Madam Farazan, will we learn origami at the Academia?
Of course you will. If you become a researcher, you can explore any field you like to your heart's content. In the future, if you want, you can even become one of my students.
Yeah, I mean, if there's an academia school for artistry, origami would be a area, a field of research in that school.
But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 Darshans in the Academia. Wait, was it 7? Which Darshan teaches about mechanisms in origami?
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be Haravatat.
I know. We need to choose Kasharawar.
Huh?
I want to attend Kasharawar in the future and fold even better origami birds.
I want to make even more awesome mechanisms!
Actually, the other Darshans do have their own specialties, too. For example, Haravatat specializes in... Pay attention, children. Children?
Looks like these early learning toys are a success. However, looks like recruiting students might be an issue.
How did this happen?
What if we end up in a Darshan we don't like? Does that mean that we won't get to learn about the things we do like?
No, that won't happen. Take me, for example. I'm a researcher from Haravatat, but I research mechanisms. See? The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Huh. It's all right. You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines? Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.
That is cool. Oh, you can save these on your computer. Well, that was fun. We still have an hour of streaming to go. Well, we can go do some more
The
puzzles.
publishing house
We
has
can
released numerous works that
complete
lay out
some
military
quests.
strategy.
I want to avoid roaming around in Sumeru too much because I don't want to accidentally trigger the Archon quest. Let's head on back to the Windblume Festival. Although... No, Ron. There were a few characters. Shoot. That's gonna take a few boss fights. Well, that should be rather easy. I just need to remember all of the good spots for mining in Leeway. That is not what the material I'm looking for, though. Oh!
Empty chest. Good for storage. Hey, come on. Only one of those here? Alright. No. Okay, there's a few in here. Good. Just gonna have to defeat this guy.
Hold the line! For Rex Lapis! Born of ice and frost. Submit!
I taste blood.
Hold the line! No touching! Allow me!
Alright. I still need how many more for you, Kachin? One more. And where can I find that one more? Blue.
Still more blue. Chest.
Born of ice and frost.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then. Next on the agenda.
Where could those yellow minerals be?
We're way behind schedule.
Hey!
Your life is mine.
I did not have her fly up high enough to grab that. And it disappeared. All right. Ka-ching. I'm gonna need to save up on the level ups.
I keep watch. You leave, you come.
Do I have enough for it? Nope, I need 2 more for a 10 pole for the standard banner. Alright, which of the next 70 should I... Have a good night, Ippy. Good seeing you again. Oh. Okay. I do plan on having fun. Thank you very much. I think I'll start off by going to fight the Animo Hypostasis, and then I'll go to the Primo Geovishap and just go back and forth between the two.
I smell rabbit.
That'll be my plan. Although, if I'm going to be going for Jean, I do need to collect dandelion seeds, so...
My experiment.
Oh, no, 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 no. I meant to deploy. I meant to deploy.
Let's move out.
Blaze over.
Excuse me.
Next on the agenda.
This is just way too easy of a boss.
We're way behind schedule.
Alright. I should also get some dandelion seeds while I'm here. Don't know where we get a whole bunch of them, but know where I can grab a few. Good thing Timmy's not here to see me spook his beloved pigeons. I'm gonna leave that one. would have thought that there would be like some behind the walls of Mondstadt. Name Windrise, and there isn't No! There wasn't a single dandelion around it. No, 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 no! Shoot. Where can I find some more? Oh!
Hold the line!
Thank you so much for your surveying tips. I had no idea that the Sumeru Forest Watchers would also have expertise in this area. You really do know just about everything.
It's only natural that forest watchers and surveyors would have some similar skills. We're both constantly outdoors and on the move after all. Anyway, I'm glad I could help.
If I can find a chance, I'd love to pay a visit to Sumeru as well. I've heard that the terrain is quite complicated there, and it'd be a treat to see it for myself.
Yes, complicated is indeed one way to put it. Visitors often get lost when they visit Sumeru for the first time, and they have a tendency to pick all kinds of mushrooms and fruits in the rainforest without discretion.
Yep, Mika!
We get a lot of people here picking Phalanima mushrooms as well.
Actually, have you ever tried adding them to a recipe? They are quite bland by themselves, but perhaps the taste can be improved if they're cooked together with other ingredients.
I've never tried that myself, but now that you mention it, I do want to give it a try.
I'm quite curious too. Would you like to pick some together later?
I still want to see a village of, like, dog people. Like, we see so many villages that are just, like, mostly human with, like, one, two, or three non-humans. Like, why is his name Mika? I don't know. Maybe it's short for Mikael.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
That's the best reason I can think of. But then again, Mikael sounds very similar to Mikael. Instead of a K, it's a G. some more sunflower seeds. Or not sunflowers, dandelion seeds. Dandelion flowers. Oh! Whenever you are ready.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Where's that upwind gust? Man. How many more sunflower seeds do I need to find for Jane? 20 more. Okay, that's gonna be a task. I'm just gonna put that symbol there. That symbol there. Oh. Let's go fight the Primo Geo Bishop.
What was that? Oh.
Electro!
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Allow me.
All hail.
No, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that either.
Access denied.
Billowing surge. Let's move out. Hold the line. No touching.
Ow. I
Next
thought
up,
it was a bit further than that.
rebuild. Born of ice and frost.
Allow me.
Next on the agenda. Blaze over. Access denied.
Rest and rebuild.
Next on the agenda. I can fix this. We're way behind schedule. Come on, focus. We're way behind schedule.
Allow me.
Got 3 of those. That means I have 4 out of 12. Yay! Back up to Mondstadt. Hey, more dandelions.
Next on the...
Oh.
Let's move out. Hold the line.
Flower symbol. Excuse me. Right.
No touching.
I didn't have to lay a single finger on him. No. No. No sunflowers around. Or why do I keep on saying sunflowers? No dandelions around here. What the? Okay. Is this it? That's it? Well, I'm disappointed. That ore is not as rare as that bard might think. Somehow I'm still finding chests in Mondstadt that I have missed.
Smell of treasure. Strange.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract. Next on the agenda...
Where else can I find dandelions? I don't know. I guess maybe this will be a good enough place to end the stream. We took care of the rest of the main quest. Did some boss fights. And it is 15 minutes till 1:30, so I think this will be a good place to end it. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. This was certainly a lot of fun. It was very nice to have all of you show up. Zakona, Ippy, Scarlet. Was there anyone? Vault showed up for a bit, yeah. And Wilbur and showed up at the beginning, yeah. Yeah, a few familiar faces. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. This has certainly been a lot of fun. And, reading an article in the SCP Wiki. Okay. I've been, watching SCP illustrations lately. They've been doing some great content when it comes to the SCP universe. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.